channel. Welcome back in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Now what? Man, like, what is with this weather, folks? Every single day is going to be yucky and drizzly rain and fingertips going numb and yeesh. Fall weather. Well, I don't like it that much. I really, really don't. All right, thanks for coming back in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tell you what, let's get these rods out and I will check that shaft. We just got our little 1/16 ounce weight on here. And we've got a much larger weight on that. I believe it's a 1/4 ounce on that other one. Let's get some bait on here and get these rods out. And I can check that shaft, my friends. Well, it's been up and down weather recently, hasn't it? As you guys can see, we're back down here on the Mississippi River. Yeah, and those white bass and stuff are still running over there, but they're very sensitive. I caught one white bass and one skipjack, and they went like bye-bye. Yeah, they went down, so I'm giving them a little bit to come back up. You can see the little stinkers over there when they're up, too, because they'll be hitting the surface pretty good. Oh, our first train of the day, folks. You might want to take your earbuds out. Earbuds and but volume's down. Just for a minute. That those engines don't take very long to go by. One rod out. Like I said, this one's quite a bit of like a 1/4 ounce of weight, holding out there a little deeper. Got 50 night crawlers. We do have a cut skipjack over there we can cut up. There's thousands of it over right now. I'm not too worried about taking one or two per day. It's another gloomy 45 to 50 degree day down here, down on the Mississippi River. You guys are having a great Tuesday, my friends. At least the wind's not blowing, knock on wood, keep your fingers crossed. In a moment I say that, the wind will start blowing. It is drizzling rain out here again, so that's a fight with, contend with, I'm afraid. Yeah, this one has a little bit more normal on it because she's going to be out there with me. That's pretty good. Just going to keep that maybe just slightly off the bottom. Not too far off the bottom. Okay. Set straight out, I would guess. Usually the current will. Remember, we're usually drifting down here right now. That's one of those stickers. Good drifting on. Look at that. I had to knock some of that one away. Very, very quiet down here. Very still. After that engine train goes by, obviously, I mean, it's got to stop right behind us, of course. Alright, I think that will do it, my friends. Let's see. Patrick, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Patrick says afternoon, MVP. Yep, just past noon, my friend. Good eye. Let's see, Pierre Coops is first in. Thanks for coming in, Pierre. Pierre says hi. And Pierre's from the Netherlands thing. Let's see. Rod Wilson, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Rod. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Marilyn, what's going on? Marilyn says, let's go. Right on. Saw that. That's our deep rod. Picked on it pretty good. Nice to see some fish out here at least, right? Let's see, Tay-Wobble, what's going on? Tay-Wobble says good luck, man. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. I've got to get under that angle. This thing, he's popping that rod pretty good, ain't he? We're off camera. Far rod needs to be, camera needs to be just a little bit further out. We're just getting started, so getting these camera angles exactly right. You really do have to start the feed to get them perfect. So we just have to maneuver that just the tiniest bit to the right. There we go. I think that will be able to get that rod in. RK, what's going on? RK says, Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, just 2 more days before Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. We're getting close to it. We are definitely getting close to it. Let's see, Christine says, hey, how are you? Hey, we're just getting started. It's about 45, 50 degree temperatures out here. Pretty cool. Drizzly, misty rain, but we're out here fishing for you folks. See, Mark says, Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Let's see, Patrick says, 80 today and 34 Thursday. Sounds about right now. With this crazy old weather. Let's see, Tommy, what's going on? Tommy says, how is the fishing today? Hey, we're just getting started, getting some pretty good peck bites. We, off the feed right before I started, caught a white bass over there and a pretty good skipjack herring for bait. I did put that on the short feed if you guys want to check that out. Tommy says hi. Let's go to channel here. We have Only, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Only says hi. See 16 people in, let's see 18 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you. Got his bite on this one. A little stinker. Should've let him hit it just a little bit longer. Yeah, these bites are hard to see, folks. They barely give it these little pink tick bites. You gotta be right on the money with these guys. See, potential fish today are buffalo carp, grass carp, common carp, drum, channel cat, flathead, and blue cat. And another train. Alright. At least this one's moving. All we can get right now are small sister white ones. The thing I never liked about Thanksgiving, it's at the end of the month. What are you gonna do, right, folks? Yeah, I think these rods need to be just a little bit closer. I can't quite reach this one rod and the other rod at the same time. Pretty good. Make sure the rods are set back a little bit so they stay on feed. Trickier than I think doing a live stream, folks fishing, but you gotta have rods in the right angle. You have to be just right. I was trying to tighten that line up and pull. Come on, train. Dang. Let's see what police says. Message retracted. Let's see, Gary, what's going on? Gary says tight lines MVP. Let's see, Adam, what's going on? Adam says hi. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Jason. Appreciate you coming in. Jason says Mississippi River, St. Louis. Yes, sir. We are down here on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis, my friends. He says, thank you, Jason. That guy on both rods again, buddies. You'd be amazed the kind of big fish down here. Very, very lightly. How really soft they'll hit the lines. Adam says, greetings from Turkey. Awesome, my friend. It's great to have you in. Let's see, swamp wrap, what's going on? Wombat says, hello from Georgia. Swamplands, how are you going? It's okay, 45, 50 degrees. At least there's not a lot of wind. Got a little drizzle rain down here right now. Buddy, get it. Got him. He's on, folks. Number one. See if I can keep a pin. Ooh, buddy. Whoa, what do we got? What have we got? A nice buffalo carp. Yeah, this is my 6-pound rod, so I've really got to let him fight it out. Guys can fight too. Where that fish run? They're down there. Yeah, I do like to use a little lighter line down here because I've been doing this for years. Yeah, we got a nice buffalo carp on us. We've got the line wrapped around the back fin. And top of that, wrapped around that back fin of the frame. Got herself wrapped up pretty good. That line is wrapped right around her bottom fin. There we go. Yeah, she's hooked in the mouth. See if we can get her over here a little bit closer to you guys. Yeah, this is only 6-pound test, so I gotta let these guys fight themselves out. Come here, buddy. Yeah, it's about maybe 7 or 8 pounds. Yeah, about 8. Won't go 10, but she's getting there. I hate it when they do that. They gotta flap sand right in your face. to get that hook right in their top part of their jaw, so I jiggle that hook out, and then they don't like it. When you do that, so folks, it's out. All right, let's show this off to you guys. We can get her back in the water. Some of that sand off her, because they can get kind of icky down here. Now the benefit of the sand is that they don't tear themselves up. Seriously, dude? Quick. I gotta get these guys held right, or they just... we gotta get them under that lower fin so that we can get a hold of them, so we can get a good view for you, folks. That's just an awesome first fish of the day on live feed, anyways. Yeah, that's about maybe about 7 or 8 pounds, respectively. And these guys are just gorgeous, folks. Got the line around my foot there. All right. Just a gorgeous fish, folks. By the way, it is the end of the month. If you guys want to donate, PayPal and Cash App, it's linked in my main description on my channel. You can donate if you want to. If you don't want to, that's all right. But all those donations really help out at the end of the month. So just thought I'd mention it once on the feed, my friends. Won't mention it again. All right, let's get a nice close-up for this fish. Get her a minute on YouTube. Or 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cold out here, so no worries about these fish getting over exhausted out here in these temps. And you notice that mouth is lower on the bottom. This is related to the sucker species. So unlike common carp and grass carp, which are a different species altogether, this is a native species. So these guys belong in this river. All right, girl. What do you think, buddy? That's a gorgeous first fish, folks. All right, buddy. See you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting another bite on the other rod. There she goes, folks. Got him. Fish on. Fish number 2, folks. Fish number 2. What do we got this time? Got our first drum of the day. Awesome. Yeah, I had to let that one go quick because this little stinker was hitting. So that's our first drum of the day, folks. It's a little half-pounder. Yeah, I love these guys because these little suckers will hit all year long. That's another gorgeous fish, folks. Bright silver, blue, purplish, reflecting the cloud colorations. That's a gorgeous fish. All right, let's get him this close up too, folks. We'll get this guy back in the water and we'll get our rods back out and check that chat, my friends. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Yeah. Just enough to get my hands frozen. After 5 minutes. Oh, wow. So that bite on the for the buffalo carp was in closer. That's a very soft, like that rod was barely wobbling. I figured she was sitting in there, kind of mouthing that bait. Guess what? She was. Now that drum was out there pecking on it pretty good. Different species of fish, different ways they bite. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't afford to buy worms right now, folks, so we've got to dig them. And in these temperatures, with the ground as cold as it is, hard pressed to get more than about maybe maybe 70 every 2 or 3 days, because you really got to search for these guys. And I do have artificials. If I start seeing white bass over there, we can go over there and run for them guys pretty quick. And we also have Rooster Tails. We have Steve Turner Crappie Man jigs. We also have some skipjack over there we can cut up, and I do have some corn just in case everything else fails. All right, one rod is back. And that's just a little 1/16 ounce weight, bullet weight on there with a little bread wrapper holding that in place. That's just pretty much straight out. Let it settle. Goes down the bottom. But maybe 7 or 8 feet deep right there. It's not too deep. Not too shallow either. All right, one more rod to get back out here. Luckily, that drum didn't get all our bait off. He only got part of the meal. He'll have to come back and eat some more. We're going to put one more worm on here. Yeah, I took a day off yesterday. We did 3 feeds in a row, and I really needed a day off to recharge and regroup. Also, I don't get to eat that much like every other day, so running out here for days can really drain your batteries. Literally, both your equipment batteries and your internal physical battery. Another bite. Ah, you little stinker. Man. Guys are everywhere out here today, aren't they? That barely hit the bottom and he was pounding on it. Be surprised at how good a container of little shoestring worms will do, my friends. I'm sure we all got our little spots where we know in our backyard we can lift up some leaves and grab a couple dozen little red worms or little white worms. Just the amount of worms I've dug this year is incredible. I'm surprised I can still get a few. We're letting it settle down. All right, that's pretty good. Make sure that line is tightened up. All right, back to that chat. Right already. I'm having trouble, folks, getting to you guys. Fish on. Fish on, my friends. And all right, we've got ourselves another little baby drum. That's our second drum of the day. Yeah, it's a little 1/4 pounder with cheese, mayonnaise, mustard, pickles, relish, cucumbers, oranges, whatever. Yeah, that's a little guy. Yeah, that's just a little stinker. But every fish deserves its time on YouTube. Yeah, this little guy will grow up. He'll get 30, 40 pounds. So I want him to remember me. So when he gets 30 or 40 pounds, he's still going to hit. He's like, I remember. He let me go. I'll hit again. All right, see you, buddy. So that's our third fish on the feed already, folks. Number 3. I tried to get to the chat, folks. I was resetting her, and I looked, and oh, there goes the rod again. Guess I better grab it. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday, my friends. Hope you guys are staying dry, and I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving setup. This is Happy Thanksgiving Eve. So tomorrow's Thanksgiving Eve. The next day is Thanksgiving. So we're not quite there yet, but we're pretty close. Time to start thawing out them turkeys, my friend. And boy, it's hard to get this stuff on feed and on everything on here. Let's see, Gator. here on my nose. Itchy. Boy, I missed a lot of chat here real quick, didn't I? Let's see, 36 people in, 38 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Better go all the way up and start from scratch here. Let's see, Joshua, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, this is going to be tough. Yeah, they are just not giving me a break, so I'm going to have to, every chance I get. Yeah, these little suckers must be hungry down here right now, folks. I mean, hard pressed, I ain't fed them in about two or 3 days, so they get to be a little hungry. It's understandable. I'm gonna put one worm on here and see if they'll still hit it. Let's see. Only says, man, every bee be mighty safe. Let's see, Alan, what's going on? Alan says, got him. Let's see, Jason says, Alan, howdy. Tighten up that line. I'm still pecking on it. Man, every single cast out here right now, folks. Let's see, California, what's going on? California says, hey, MVP. Alan says, he don't want to see people, that's for sure. Come on, buddy, hit it. That's a little wobble bite. Uh-oh. Let's see, Julie, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Julie says, hey, Mike and everyone. Hope you catch all the fish today. I'm trying, Julie. You know me, I'm out here fishing. Let's see, Alan says any. Let's see, we caught 2 drums so far and a decent buffalo carp. Let's see, let's see, Woods, what's going on? Woods says, what's good, bro? Can I get a channel shout out? I'm subscribed and keep on popping up on your live feeds. You're cool, dude. All right, so if you guys haven't checked out, let's see, Woods, make sure to do so. Let me get to your channel and sub with my backup count as well so that you can get an extra sub. Let's see, put a smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. There you go, my friend. I hope that helps out. Let's see, Miss Giggy, what's going on? Miss Giggy says, Danny. And see, Lacey says, so there's a lot of people out there today. Yeah, there's a decent amount of boats running up and down the river for sure. Let's see, Paul, what's going on? Paul says, now 190 more subs, then I'm 0.5 winners. Awesome, my friend. I hope you, that's a great giveaway. I hope, yep. You have a good one. See, Alan says, hi, Lisa. See, Danny says, hi, Alan. Alan says, Danny. Alan says, hi, Mike. How's it going? Catch any fish yet? That's not Alan. That is, Alien Gang. Let's see, we've caught 2 drums so far and a pretty big buffalo carp. Let's see, Lisa with a smiley face. Let's see, Alien says hi. Let's see, Gator, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Gator says, I had to read that twice. I thought it said pulling. Oh, boy. Let's see, Alan says, it's raining here. It's missing rain out here right now, too. There's a bite on the deep rod. I was about ready to reel that in, and something started hitting that one. I think he got the worm off on this one. Yeah, pretty much. Tore that worm to pieces. Yeah, we got a lot of options to catch fish today, folks. This is a good place to start, though. Get some worms on the water and get some fishing on the bank, my friends. Looks pretty good. Wrap around the tip. See how I jiggle that rod to identify whether or not it's wrapped around that tip. How many times have we cast out and it's been wrapped around the tip? Well, if you jiggle that rod a little bit and there's no give, you know it's not wrapped around the tip. Now, if you do have give, well, it's probably wrapped around there. See, Alan says, who's chattering for MVP? Oh, that's that's Danny. He has access to my email, so I when I'm busy, he can keep up with chat a little bit, keep people entertained and amused. Let's see. Paul says hi, Danny. Let's see. Alan says, what do you mean, Danny? Yeah. So anyone who yeah. It's Danny the Stinger Manny. It's Alien says hi, chat. See, Josie, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Josie says, Danny, I was confused. No worries. We've been doing that for quite a few feeds. That way, Danny can also any moderators that might have difficulty, he does have total power over. Now, I actually have the full power because I can change my email address. Let's see, Josie lapping her butt off. Let's see, Katie kayak fishing, what's going on? Katie says, hello, Mike, and hello, chat. Let's see, Miss Kiki says, Julie, and he says, it was, I fixed it. See, Lyd, what's going on? See, Lyd says, I caught a 10-inch pike on Sunday, and it was covered in scars on its side, and had a eaten. All right, I got you, my friend. Those pike are pretty aggressive predators. They can go after each other, along with I'm not sure what birds of prey are around you. Let's see, Julie says, hey, Gator Monster. Let's see, Jenny says, hi, Julie. Let's see, Josie says, hi, Julie. Let's see, Gator says, hey, Miss Giggy. Gator says, hey, Julie. Lisa says, especially after the rain, under the leaves. Let's see, Lisa says, hey, Julie. Josie says, you're famous now. I don't know. I very muchly doubt that. Let's see, Julie says, hey, little Lisa. Let's see, Alien says, yeah. Let's see, Alan says, Julie's been getting. I don't listen to that type of stuff, my friend. I tend to that tends to go in one ear and out the other. Let's see, singing please. Let's see, Paul says, would be appreciated. Let's see, Linda says, how to do the giveaway. See, Josie says, how are you? Paul, I have a great giveaway. Let's see, Lisa says, you can't leave you alone for long. Let's see, Danny laughing her butt off. Let's see, Linda, what's going on? Linda says, thanks. Let's see, Paul says, last week, kind of received my first giveaway. Let's see, Danny with the googly eyes, Gator with the googly eyes. Lisa says, love it. Let's see, 27 people in, 43 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Adam, what's going on? Adam says hi. Let's see, Danny went, thank you. Let's see, Wild, what's going on? Wild says hello, everyone. Danny says hello, Wildman. Peter says, Wild Man Rosie. Let's see, Wild says, cheers, everyone. Let's see, Jenny says, thanks, Alan. Let's see, Werewolf, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Werewolf says hi. I'm a buddy. Got him. Yeah, another little stinker. Another little stinker. They getting smaller. Good googly, that's a sardine and a half. Woo. Our difference in size, folks. Man, that ain't worth bringing home from cat food. Sheesh. Look at that little baby. That little stinker. Oh, you gotta love it. Most people be like, ain't go little fish. I love you, little guys. Cute little guy. Get him up real close. Look at the little guy. You're like, let me go, let me go, let me go up. Okay, buddy. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Man, that sucker was hitting just the same as a buffalo carp. Just a little, very light wobble of the tip. I'm glad I went to a small piece of worm on that one so I could hook that little guy. He could have gotten 30 worms off me and I'd have never known it. Yeah, I hear that hawk over there. Oh, and the skipjacker are back over there now. I can see him hitting the surface. We do have one for bait. It's more than enough. We're going to be just needing him for bait. All right, get him there. Yeah, these are very small worms, so they're quite difficult to get on the hook. Just kind of manipulate them so they get on there just right. You hook them straight through like you would a regular worm, they'll break in half. So you got to kind of manipulate them. Cast. I'm not sure you guys can hear that drizzling rain on the trees back there. I was getting another peck by. It feels like you clean that bait off. Yep, pretty much. Every little stinking piece. Man, they're good. We're just going to put one worm on this one. Good. Alright, it's not quite tight. It's okay now. Sometimes after you fed them a number of worms, if you throw one little worm out there, they'll hit it better. That's too far over to the right. I can hear him over there. In fact, I can see him over there. Right over the top of that stuff over there. Rods are back set. Get that cat. Let's see, Kayak says, hope everyone is good. Let's see, Werewolf says I fall. We could just be a hair to the left, my friends. Thank you for that, Marlene. Miss Giggy. Oh boy. Boy, that's just. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's a donation from Marlene. I believe that's Miss Giggy. Let's get some WWs in the chat, my friends. Let's see, Bill Ray Outdoors, what's going on? Bill Ray says hello, folks. And let's see, Seth Johnson is what's going on. Seth Johnson is in the house. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Now, that is just awesome, my friends. Let's see, and Skeeter, what's going on? Skeeter says hi. Appreciate you coming in, Skeeter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Skeeter says cheers, everyone. Let's see, Danny says Skeeter. Let's see, Seth says hey, Skeeter. Lisa says hi, Skeeter. Skeeter says hello. Let's see, but message retracted. Let's see, Seth says hey, Bill. Let's see, Bass, what's going on? Bass says hi. Let's see, Bill says Lisa. Let's see, Lisa says that's right. Let's see, Bass says Paula. I'm not sure what that means. People speaking Klingon again. Let's see, Paul says Seth. Translation, Danny, you're up, buddy. Let's see, Seth says it's close to 14,100 subscribers. Appreciate the subs, everyone. Another awesome channel, Bill D Outdoors and Seth Johnson Outdoors. Let's see, Denny says, I have the power. Let's see, man, I am backed up in chat. This would be a better day if you were by MVP. Hey, I love fishing with folks. Get a chance, come down by. I'm be more than willing to put you on some monsters. Let's see, Chris says hello, MVP. Let's see, Lisa says hey, maybe so. Let's see, Chris says hello, everyone. Let's see, Mate, what's going on? Mate says any brim. No, we don't get any brim down here on the Mississippi River. Buffalo carp, brass carp, common carp, drum, blue cat, flathead, channel, skipjack, and white bass. Let's see, Gator says Chris. Let's see, Chris says Danny to Mr. President. Let's see, Lisa says Chris. Let's see, Chris says Seth. Let's see, Sven, what's going on? Sven says, oh boy, there we go again. Let's see, Robert, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Robert says hi. You guys are having a great Tuesday. Hope you've got that awesome Thanksgiving plan, my friends. Let's see, Miss Giggy with the fishy. Let's see, Spin says, well, go there. I can't speak Klingon. I don't know. Let's see, Danny with the googly eyes. Man, I'm starting to get caught up here. I'm getting there. Let's see, Chris says Miss Giggy WWWs. Let's see, Gator with the W's. Let's see, Danny says agree, Chris. Let's see, Miss Giggy says soon December, so in Christmas mode. I do appreciate it, Miss Giggy. Thank you. You have no idea of how that's gonna help me out. That just made it so I can make it through the end of the month without having to worry, my friend. Let's see, Alf, what's going on? Alf says hi. See, Danny says all donations are welcome towards. Yes, sirree, Danny. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Whitey, what's going on? Whitey says, come to Alaska with me for the summer. And I'm a commercial fisherman, and you can join. Hey, I might take me a little while to get there on my scooter. Yeah, I only go about 25 miles per hour, so might be there in I'll be there. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, not only during the time of the year, but now it might be more important than ever for some. I really do appreciate it, Miss Giggy. Thank you. See, they fly me out. Well, if you're, I've never done any Alaskan fishing, to be honest. Far up, I've gone up to Lake Michigan a few times. That's about as far up north as I've gone. I'll give it a shot, my friend. Let's see, Winnie, what's going on? Winnie says hi. Chris says agree, Miss Giggy. Let's see, Annex, what's going on? Annex says hi from Russia, bro. Awesome, my friend. This is Mississippi River down by the Arch in St. Louis. We're about a quarter mile upriver from the Arch. Let's see, Chris says Vanessa. Let's see, Chris says Annette. Let's see, 22 people in and 55 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that cast might have been wrong. It happens sometimes. I'll be off the spot, or it'll drift by the spot before I get a bite. Yeah, those skipjack are over there again, behind you guys. I mean, I can cast a crappie jig with a little tip with a worm over here all day long and catch some things. But they only get to be about a pound, pound and a half. The smallest drum out here are usually bigger than a skipjack. Man, I missed that one. Dang. You guys probably couldn't see that because the line hadn't gotten tightened all the way. I was getting to the bite before the line was even tight. So this one we got about 1/4 of an ounce of weight, and the other one got about a 1/16 of an ounce. That's just because the current out there a little bit further is pulling a little bit harder, so you got to put just a tiny bit more weight on. And we're going to cast this a little bit further back up current. And this is pretty much all sand till about it gets to my rod tip. But right there, the rock face is in pretty shallow, so as long as you go out deeper, you're fine. Now, if you go in close, you're going to get hung up for every dang cast. But in front of me here is pretty much all sand. Let's see, this thing says Chris. Let's see, when he says, hi, Christy. Let's see, Denny says, Thailand. Let's see, Denny says, LMFAO, Chris. Let's see, Miss Giggy's laughing her butt off. Let me make sure to put my 2 cents in. Really? What the heck is pausing? There, sorry. Hello. There we go. That's my backup account, my friends. I like to put her in at least one feed. That way it picks up the YouTube picks up the fact that it is an active account. Nobody hit it. Really, dude? How can I miss that bite? Just dragging that worm off on me. Yeah, those ones out deeper don't even seem to care if it's one worm or not. These ones in closer are a little stingier. They want 2 or 3 worms on at once. You guys wonder why I fish this area, this like half-mile shoreline of the river down here, because it's so active. You get fish prime pretty much all year long. From the beginning of spring all the way to the pretty much where the only time I've not caught fish down here is when it's too big a chunks of ice to fish through. That's happened a few times over the years. We've had like gigantic chunks of ice down here sometimes, and you can't do anything with them. Let's see, Chris says, let's see, Chris says Michael. Let's see, Miss Giggy says Maddie. Did I miss, Let's see, no frills, no frills, no mercy. I got you, my friend. I missed you there in chat. Let's see. Maddie says, Mike, Danny, appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Maddie says, Chris Lee. Let's see, Maddie says, let's go, MB. Let's go, Mike. Let's see, Donnie, what's going on? Donnie says, how is fishing going? Pretty good, good. Pretty good, good luck to you. Awesome, my friend. We're doing pretty good so far. We've got 3 drum and a pretty big buffalo carp. And that's a little stinker again. Yeah, that's another little guy. Yeah, that's our 4th drum of the day. So we've caught 4 drum and a buffalo carp. Now that's on feed. I did catch a skipjack and a white bass. I put those on a short feed for you guys to check out. Boy, that's another little stinker. Another little guy. Little guy. Sucker. But every fish deserves its time on YouTube. Even these like little quarter-pound, half-pound drum. He's just a little over a quarter of a pound, but not quite a half pound. Yeah, he's making the gurgling noises. Yeah, he's making little gurgling noises. Let's see if I can get that hook out. Ah, there it goes. Gotta push back on that hook just right. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, one good thing about those drums is they've got rocks in their throat. So even when they swallow the hook, all you got to do is push back on that hook and it'll come out the majority of the time. Now, when it doesn't come out the first time, you're just better off, you know, giving them that hook. But you're better off getting that hook out if you can get it out without hurting them. Now, if you can't get it out without hurting them, you're better off giving them the hook. Plenty of times I've caught a drum with a line in his mouth over the years. And I've caught a drum where I've gotten that hook out properly and caught him the next week. And yeah, I know that's the exact same fish because I can see the markings on him. Yeah, I'm sure there's still plenty more big fish out here, folks. That line is just acting weird again. It went totally still again. Got a little bit of a current moving to the right here the majority of the time, and the rest of the time the water's pretty much still. Now, as far as this one's concerned, it's getting pulled by the current a little bit, which means it's going to stay tighter easier. I can see the bites better on this one, of course. Let's see, no thrills, no mercy says EDL. Let's see, Mercy says Donnie, hi. Let's see, Ed, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Ed says same to you, Danny. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Ed says Maddie, Danny, Chris, Donnie, Miss Gigi, hello. Donnie, let's see. Ed says Mike, brother. Let's see, 23 people in. Let's see, and 59 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Mike, come on, buddy. Got him. And that's a little bigger. That's a little bigger, folks. She got a little fight to her. What do we got? Yeah, that's our first, like, almost pound drum. Yeah, that'll run about a pound. Yeah, this one I get to show off a little bit better, because that's a nice one there, folks. That's a solid pounder. Now, they got their, that's actually spawning colors. That's weird. This water temperature should be around their spawning temperature, but their eggs are not going to survive this time of the year. So I guess it's just biology kicking in, right? Yeah, that's another nice one, folks. Hey, who says MVP doesn't come out here and catch some fish for you guys? Plus, I like to catch them. Seriously, I mean, yeah. You almost got down my shirt. Literally. Yeah, see that kind of bronzy color? That's his spawning colors, or her. That's the only way you can tell. Can't really tell the difference between a male and a female unless they're right in on the nest. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, I guess we'll get this rod back out here and I'll check that chat again. Said they don't mind out there deeper. Like one little piece of worm, they don't care. I'm just adding one worm to this when I get that fish in because he tends to knock off enough of that hook where it's exposed. And these are J hooks. They're bait holders, so at least part of that bait is being held on by a little tiny barb that's way up on the top part of the hook. And that's just basically to hold the bait in place. Cast. Make sure to lift that up so she's not stuck in the muck. All right, feels good. Now I'm gonna refresh this close rod here too. It doesn't seem to be getting anything. This thing, it's a nice little gobby gob. I might put a little extra. What the heck? Yeah, we got plenty of worms left. Yeah, we got like a lot of those little shoestring guys. And one little extra worm can be the difference between a 100-pound fish and a 20-pound fish. And hard pressed to get a 100-pound fish in these little stinkers. I've gotten 40-pound flathead on like a little gob of shoestring worms before. I think I did that last season, at least once. Had a little tiny split shot right by the bank. Shoestring red worm when the water was flooding. And yep, got a big old 40-pound flathead. Yeah, that's up current a little bit, so I'm gonna have to make sure it stabilizes. That line is slack. Better. Still staying slack out there. Maybe at least a little tight. I think that looks good. Sand on top of the cell phone. Let's see, Donnie says hi. Let's see, Donnie says hi again. Let's see, Chris says welcome everyone in chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate that, Chris. Let's see. Ed says, Dundo, hello. Let's see, Chris says, welcome back, Donnie. Sure to do that real quick. Over. Yep. Let's see. Donnie says, how do you follow people on here on your life? Let's see. How do you follow people on here on your life? If you mean live, all you have to do is subscribe to someone and press that notification bell. That bell makes sure that's got the notifications, and anytime that particular person will do anything on YouTube, it will push a little notification to the top of your screen. Now, leaving a comment on, say, a short feed or a post or a long form video will make sure that sub sticks. Because YouTube will do purges every couple of months where they'll get rid of inactive accounts and inactive subs. Clear picture today. Man, my hands got froze quick. Man, that fish just really got my hands cold. Let's see, No F says, Donnie subbed you. Awesome, I appreciate that, my friend. Let me make sure to get you a sub too, Donnie. There you go, Donnie, and then I'll just go to a short, go to there, give a thumbs up, and a comment. Doesn't have to be much. A simple smiley face will suffice. He's pecking on it. Got him. Got him, folks. Got him, got him, got him. Another nice little fighter. Another nice little, like, half pound, 3/4 pound, about 3/4 of a pound on this one. Yeah, another nice one. That's 4, 5, 6. So this is our 6th drum on feed today. 6th drum and a buffalo carp. Yeah, that's one of them chrome color ones there. Chromish, purplish blues. Another gorgeous one, folks. And just a beautiful fish, folks. That purple and blues and silvers and just people don't like drum. I like them. Of course, if they hold still, seriously, dude. Come on, you little stinker, hold still. He won't open his mouth now. Come on, open up. There you go. The faster you open up, faster I can show you YouTube, the faster you can get back home. Jeez, dude. Let me get a little close-up of this fish. Look how the top of that head reflects the clouds above him. That's their camouflage, so the birds of prey and other species of fish don't get them. Predator species. They don't have much protection. All right, buddy. See you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. That one was out deeper again. You know, when you say buffalo carp, you think of carp. But buffalo are a sucker species, so they tend to stay out a little deeper. And for them to be in shallow and for the drum to be out deep, that's an interesting. It's interesting. I wonder why they're doing that. We got a lot of worms in here. Just little stinkers are set down on the bottom. I don't need to. And these little guys are escape artists, man. I like little mini Houdinis, man. They can get out of any container you put them in. Yeah, the other day with Orda, Steven, Orda Outdoors, we were over there catching skipjack and white bass for about 2 hours. Yeah, I don't like that cast. I'll leave it. Sometimes the casts you don't think are any good, that's the one you get the big one on. So I'm not gonna right there. Again with that little, that was a nice little bite. That was a shallow. There's no way I could have bumped that rod. See? Gave him one pretty hard little peck bite there. Still got the worms on there. Really don't want to put many more worms on there than that. One more. These little stinkers are hard to dig this time of the year. It's not the areas where they are, it's just the ground is so cold that even when you wear gloves, it just freezes your hands. Because your hands will get wet and your gloves will get wet. And I don't want to ruin my good gloves. And my waterproof ones, I don't want to get torn up down digging. You will tear your gloves up if you're digging in the rocks and the glass and stuff. Your hands will heal, but gloves, once you tear them sinkers, that's done. You're surprised how much I've been digging over the years. I don't cut my hands very often. See, 17 people in and 62 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Ed with the thumbs up. Miss Giggy with the thumbs up. Let's see, Ed says Danny Bro. Let's see, Ed says let's go, Mike. Let's see, Denny says Paul Buddy. See, oh, there's no mercy says, let's see, Maddie says Paul Buddy. Let's see, Paul says I'm back from the North Sea. Let's see, Ed says BRB. Let's see, Carso, what's going on? Carso says hi. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see. Paul says, hello, Carol. That's Carol? Carsol. Carsol, I believe. I think we both had it wrong there, Dan, Paul. See, Miss Giggy says, WB to Maine. Hello, Paul. Let's see, Paul says, yep, Carsol. Yeah, we both had it wrong there. Let's see, STM, what's going on? STM says hi. STM says hello again. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Got him. Got him. What the heck? That fish jumped. What the heck did I have? I pulled off. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Huh. Well, I'll never know now. Looked like I had a walleye. That was way too long to be a drum or something. It looked like I almost had a gar on, but it was like this, right? And about this thick. So it was much thicker than a gar. I think I had like a half pound or pound walleye. Or it could be, sometimes you get, we call it, sauger too down here. Could have been a nice little sauger. I suppose it could have been a channel cat too. On rare occasions, you will have a channel that will jump out of the water, but it's a rarity. Let's see, John, what's going on? John says, what's up, MVP? Let's see, Paul says hello, John. Let's see, John says hello, Paul. Let's see, Asia, what's going on? Asia says hello from Uzbekistan. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. This is St. Louis, Missouri. Let's see, Paul says, how's it going, John? Let's see, Paul says, hello, Asia. Let's see, Chris says, hey, Paul. So that one definitely wasn't a gar. It was either a sauger, a walleye, or maybe a channel cat. Let's see, Paul says, hey, Chris, how's it going? Roger's got it down a little bit. Ken, what's going on? Ken says hi. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Paul says hello, Ken. Let's see, Chris says, good, Paul. How's about you, sir, yourself? Let's see, Chris says hello, Ken. Let's see, Paul says, yes, very well, Chris, back at home. Let's see, Miss. All right, I think I'm caught up with chat for now, my friends. I suppose that could have been a sturgeon too. They will jump too. Man, that wasn't sturgeon. That was a nice sturgeon. Let's see. Ken asked, where are you fishing? This is St. Louis, Missouri. This is the Mississippi River. We're about a quarter of a mile upriver from the Arch in St. Louis. Let's see. Chris says, going strong to the 500 subs. I see, Paul. Let's see. Asia says, take care, bro. All right. Awesome you coming in, Asia. I appreciate it, my friend. Let's see, Hagen, what's going on? Hagen says hi. Let's see, Chris says, hey, Hagen. Our water just went up like quite a bit there for a minute. Yeah, this water will fluctuate down here, folks, so that's the reason why I have to push the rod holders up back just a little bit. If I don't, we'll wind up looking down and we'll be underwater. That drifted perfectly, just not a bite on that one. Time. Let's see. We'll cast in closer here, folks. We haven't done a close-in cast. And I'll throw a little bit of bait in the water. A lot of times this will get these guys to start feeding. Just throwing a little fermented corn in here. Just a little bait in that water can oftentimes be the difference between getting bites and not. Look at that. Yep. Escape artist. Get back in there, you little stinker. Yeah, that worm was almost home. He almost got away. Catch any big ones yet? Yeah, we did get one buffalo carp, about 7 or 8 pounds. We've got like 6 drums so far, 2 on the feed. The largest one was about a pound. Let's see, Chris says, yep, not a grass carp, a buffalo carp. But you got everything else right there, Chris. Yeah, we are up to 8 drums, so 8 drum and a buffalo carp. Yeah, there are 4 different species of carp down here on this river, so it's hard to keep up. Unless you're actually down here catching them, it's hard to keep up with them. Right, come on, buddy. Oh, you little stinker. Man, I need to let them suckers hit it more. That's odd. They seem to be holding out deeper today. Probably in real shallow and real deep. I mean, this water is kind of stabilized as far as its level. So, I mean, it does do that little fluctuation thing, but that is not going to stay. See, it went right back down. Our last time we were up here and we were fishing for fishing with bait, the water was coming up. I mean, the water was up here. So that was about 1.5 feet, about 1.5 feet higher than it is right now. Well, left. We're gonna let her set again. Make sure you lift her up, and so she's not stuck in the muck out here, because there are areas out here where that ground is just like river bottom mud. It can stick pretty good. See, Cheat, what's going on? Cheat says, what state are you fishing? This is Missouri. So this is the Mississippi River down by the arch in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's see, Cheat says, check out Brofins 2.0 for some Bay Area fishing. New videos just dropped. All right, my friend. Let's see, Chris says, no problem for other channel. I don't mind as long as people don't go nuts with it, Chris. If someone wants to come in, you know, just promote for just once, I can totally understand, my friend. Let's see, DCP, what's going on? DCP says, MVP, hello, how are you? I'm doing okay right now. The temperature is about 45, 50 degrees. We've got some misty rain. This says, Chris, no worries, my friend. We run our channels differently. Chris has got a channel on his own. See, we each have different channels. We each have different rules. We each have different interests, different, even anglers. We have different types of fish we like to go for. Chris is like, nope, troll hunter. Let's see, DCP says, hello, Christy. Let's see, Cheater says, I'm subbing to this channel, dude. Seems hello. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Fish on. Fish on, my friends. Yeah, that's bigger. That's bigger than our last few little guys. Whoa, dude. Whoa. That's a fighter there, folks. What do we got? Big old drum there. Remember those small ones we were getting? Well, this is about a 5 or 6 pounder. Yeah, that's a nice one there, folks. Yeah, solid 6 pounder all day long. Yeah, that's a brute there. That's getting near a river monster there. And for a drum to be a river monster, that's a nice one. Right in the eyes. Thank you. River water right in the eyeballs. Seriously? I got you. More like 6.5, 7 pounds. That's a big one there, folks. Yeah, he got teeth on the top of his mouth. He's getting so big. Yeah, when a drum's got teeth up here, that's when they starting to be some bigots. Yeah, that's a big one there, folks. Let me clean them off a little bit for you guys. Ow. Yeah, this little stinker. He didn't get to fight much. I fought him in pretty hard. I thought he was a buffalo curve. I'll take guys like this all day long. Yeah, that's a solid 6.5, 7 pound drum. That's almost as big as our buffalo carp we caught earlier. Now imagine if that was a striper or a white bass down here. They get to be this big down here too. Some nice stripers down here. Yeah, I see them skipjack over there again. All right, girl. Let's get you in a little closer for everyone to check her out. Give the AI a chance to push this moment in the live feed so everyone can see we're catching some fish. Yeah, pretty much I always catch fish down here, but sometimes it's better than other days. This is a pretty good day. And he got some muck on the side of his head, so we're gonna get that off before we get her in here for a close-up. Yeah, that's a solid 6.5, 7 pound drum. Look how thick that fish is. And I don't know why people don't like drum. I love them, man. Yeah, we're gonna get you back in the water, girl. You've been out long enough. All right, girl. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. And there she goes. Thank you. Man, this guy can fight. All right, let's get a worm back on here and we'll go back to that chat, folks. Yeah, my hands are already going white out here. 40, 45 degrees. That water temperature is definitely in the low 40s, if that. That's a big fish, just smashed the surface out there in the middle. Sheesh. Yeah, I need like a pound of weight to get out in that there. That's like 2 football fields away. Now, yeah, that's probably about 125 yards away from out in the middle of the river. That's pretty good. I thought that was a bad cast. Apparently it wasn't. Pretty good cast, I suppose. You're just wrapped up and tied on. Dang it. How the heck did that happen? Our line got wrapped, tied around our weight. So just give me a minute, folks. I gotta push that line back to loosen her up. And I've got her loosened up. I just gotta back her up. That tiny. Seriously? I think that hit it. There we go. Look right down to our weight stop. Once again with the stupid click over all the way. Got sand in the reel again. How the heck did that happen? So you have to give this a good dip. Goes. These reels are not made to use on this river. Come on, quit. Reels are just not made to use on the river, folks. Getting close didn't get anything, so let's go back out. And just an idea. Sometimes they'll come in right by the bank. For no reason or another, they'll just be coming in here right by the bank and you won't know it. My hands are frozen again. I got hot pockets in my hands. They're just not really helping that much. Let's see. Have you been fishing? About an hour and a half, give or take. Not very long, my friend. Let's see. Chris says, "Yep, 9 drum and 1 buffalo carp, my friend." Let me make sure to get back to my main account here so that I can pin that up. Yeah, if you make sure to put in 9 drum and a buffalo carp, I'll pin that up for you, my friend. All right, there you go. Let me make sure to replace that pin. There you go. That's why I do like to have the backup cell phone on me. That way I can sit here and man these rods and that chat pretty good. Let's see, John says, nice fishing, MBP. Appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Cheat says, do a catch and cook one day. I usually do catch and cook for rainbow trout. Now, they haven't stocked many rainbow trout in the lake around me, so I'm just waiting for them to stack up a few more of them. That way I can get down there, catch some trout quick, get a grill going, put some potatoes on there, some noodles on the side, and some veggies. I did that last year, I believe, twice. The fish down here, they don't taste all that good cooked out here. Now the fish up there at the lake and stuff, they're much better. Let's see 16 people in and see 76 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was starting to lose track of the amount that I had anyways. After I get to about the double digits, I start forgetting how many I've caught. Looks pretty good, though. This one's a little slack still. Yeah, we've got a 1/16 of an ounce of weight on this close rod, and we've got a 1/4 of an ounce in the far rod. Says, I'm down to watch that. Yeah, I usually just bring my pit out, throw some coals on there, catch a couple trout, put them aluminum foil, little lemon pepper, a little garlic, yeah, just a little sprinkle of seasoned salt on there, some potatoes in there, wrap that all together, throw that right on the coals. 15 to 20 minutes on one side, 15 to 20 minutes on the other side. Yeah, you're good to go. Let's see, Miss Gigi says yummy. Let's see, Pulse North. Jason, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, Jason. Jason says hello, Mike. Hope you're having a great day, Jason. Yeah, I'm already happy on the day. And that was a nice run, folks. I sure would like to get a good grass carp on for you guys, or a big old common carp. But that's what this farther rod out here usually gets. This farther rod out here, we need to make sure to set that chat so I know where I am. This further rod is the one that usually gets those. I saw him hit. Good little peck out there on the close rod again. Popped pretty good once or twice. And we do have some cut bait out here we can try just in case every worms fall off. And then we've got corn we can try too. And there are some schools of skipjack herring over there by that point. Little Steve Turner crappie man jig on. I see him still pecking on it. Got him. Got him, folks. It's on. Yeah, that might be our bigger one. Yeah, that might be a bigger one, folks. Boy, that one is just having havoc out there. Spinning around and running left and right, left and right. Yeah, another nice buffalo carp. Another solid with maybe 7 or 8 pounder. So out of the way. Decided for me to get that other rod out of the way before she took off on me, didn't she? Yeah, that one's just running, man. It's like, what's up with you, fish? how they like to go around and circle around and around and around. Meow. It says buffalo carp don't fight. I think I got a drunk buffalo carp. I don't know. Ready to come in? Watch the. Make sure to look away when I'm trying to get that hook out, because you know he's gonna flat me right in the eyeballs. Open your mouth, you little stinker. How can a carp clamp their mouth shut? Seriously. Finger in there, stinker. I've got that hook out, buddy. Give me another second here. There we go. Hook is out, folks. Alright. Cleaned off a little bit here. Show you off to YouTube, and then you can go home, buddy. Why they like to do that? The moment I try to lift them up, they gotta flip. Now I gotta wash them off. Alright, girl, ready? Ready? There we go. Yeah, nice little 7-8 pounder. Another nice buffalo carp, folks. It's another gorgeous fish. Yeah, that's our second of the day, folks. Number 2. Yeah, people don't like these fish either, dude. I love them, man. They're tough to hook. They peck very lightly. They fight extremely hard. And you know, when people cook them properly, they do taste okay, but it's a heck of a lot of work grinding these things properly. They're very oily, so you got to brine them quite a bit in the sink to pull out that oil. That's just too much work. I'll keep a white bass or two when I get a chance, or crappie or something like that. Let these guys go and enjoy fighting them. Yeah, purplish silver, bronze color. She's definitely getting her winter coat on. And she got those. Is he wearing like pink red lipstick? That's not blood. That's the color of her lips. Weird looking lipstick there, young lady. Another gorgeous fish, folks. It's awesome. Oh boy. These guys are wearing me out fast. Another gorgeous. Alright. Bye-bye. Ah! That way! That way! No! Wrong direction, Johnny. Alright, let me get these rods back out and I'll check that chat again, folks. I just thought the bite was about slowed down for a minute there, and they turned right back on, didn't they? Yep, they turned right back on, in fact. Didn't hit any different than those little baby drums, little wobble bites. Very, very light. You could have fish doing this for weeks, even months, and not even know you were this big a fish unless you were sitting right on that rod and ready to snap that hook. And it doesn't work with these buffalo carp circle hooks. They got to be J hooks primarily, because you have to set that hook to get them, because all the fish does is move up there and mouth the bait. It'll never really swallow it. Now, drum and other species, they'll swallow that sucker, and you can get them pulling on it. But buffalo carp, grass carp, common carp down here, they just will not pull that rod. That's a bad cast, Michael. Bad. Better. I forgot about that. I'm supposed to smack that back of that reel when I click her over, because they'll knock the sand out a lot of times. This one's fine. It just goes slack when I get it out there in the right place. I gotta tighten that line up just right. Need a little blue sky in the mix of all the yuck. There's just a little speck of blue sky right over here. I'm gonna have to get a napkin out here to dry off the thing here, because our screen got wet. Go. See, Blazing Bees, what's going on? Blazing Bees says, way to go, MVP. Let's see, on perfect timing, fish on. Yes, sirree, my friend. Let's see, Mark, what's going on? Was that a buffalo fish? Yep, that's a buffalo, people just call them buffalo carp. Buffalo is fine, my friend. Another bite. Missed him. Well, that's our second of the day of buffalo carp. We've also caught, I believe, 9 drums so far. So 9 drum and 2 buffalo carp on the day. See, we got a fish dude. We got a fish dude says, "What's awesome stuff, dude." I appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Let's see, dude says hi. Let's see, Chris says 9 drum and 2 buffalo carp. All right, let me switch back here and make sure I get that pinned as well. There we go. Channel here. Let's see, Tahui. Boy, that's Tada. Let's see, dancing, what's going on? That's the name of your email. Let's see, appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, dancing says hi. Let's see, Sammy, what's going on? Sammy says, your life is, well, you're gonna say my life is over. I'm halfway through the journey. I'm 58 years young, so I've got quite a time to go there, Sam. Let's see. Maddie says blazing bees. Oh, no worries, my friend. 58 years and strong. Yeah, it's a very nice and peaceful day out here. 45 degrees, like a little misting rain. And there's a sun trying to pop out for just a little bit. Awesome. I didn't think I was going to see the sun today. Let's see, 10 people land. Let's see, an 87 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you. And that line seems to be holding a little weird. Kind of drifting a little bit. There was a fish on there. Oops. That's why it was holding weird. There was a fish on there. I lifted it up. Something was going. Well, it happens. It definitely happens, folks. Little stinker was just sitting there holding on to it again. Head cast. I need that out quite further. Yeah, this is a 1/16 ounce bullet weight, so she doesn't cast very far. About 15 to 20 yards is about all we get out of her. £6 test on this one. This is a Fluger 6'6" medium action. I've got an Evan Garcia Silver Max series on the bait caster there. That's got 10-pound test on it, so quite a bit heavier line on her, but I'm using a 1/4 of an ounce of weight on that one, so I need a little bit heavier line. Jim here. Let's see, Big, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Let's see, Big says in. It would definitely be better fishing with somebody, but that's why I'm here fishing with you guys. The few friends I've got left in this just this time of the week, they're working. Let's see, Pierre Coop says why. It's always nice to have someone to fish with here. And I've been fishing on this river all my life, so I know to not mess with it in certain. If you're worried about, difficulties down here, I know what to mess with and not to mess with. Let's see, Tamar says happy Halloween. Actually, it's Thanksgiving is just 2 days away. Halloween's it's that way. Let's see, thanks for coming in, Tamar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're my brother. I don't think I would have fun alone. I'm not exactly alone. You guys are with me. That's one of the great things about YouTube live feeding is that you guys are with me down here. We're fishing right now. Let's see. Pure Coop says, hi. Bali. Samuel says, what river, what state is this? This is the Mississippi River. We're about a quarter of a mile upriver from the Arch in St. Louis. So, St. Louis, Missouri. Let's see, I said, Happy Halloween, I know. Oh, boy. Let's see, Darren, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. I see a little stinker pecking on it. Let's see, Sam's, my message came after you replied. No worries. Let's see, Sammy says, oh, cool. Let's see, how long have I been fishing today? About an hour and a half or so. Let me check the exact time. I can't see that on the backup cell phone. Hour and 45 minutes. Not bad. And what am I trying to catch? With worms, sky's the limit. Primary species down here, buffalo carp, grass carp, common carp, freshwater drum, white bass, skipjack herring, blue cat, channel, and flathead. And occasionally a sturgeon or walleye mixed in. Oh, what age did I start fishing? I was 5. So I've been down on this river pretty much all my life. Let's see, Jacob, what's going on? Jacob says hi. Jacob says hi again. Yep, and I've loved it since, definitely. There's nothing better than spending your time down here on this river. Get away from the crowds in the city. Get down here, you might not see a person for days. Trying to get warm off, ain't he? We've had a few river like catfish boats go by today, but that's about it. Make sure it's not stuck on the bottom because there's a lot of really sticky river mud down here that can foul your weight up, and when you get a fish to hit it, you won't be able to tell a bite. That's just not holding. Particular cast. Not quite far enough out. About maybe 7 or 8 feet further. We're going to let that settle real quick there. It's only a 1/16 of an ounce of weight, so it takes maybe 15-20 seconds for that to hit the bottom. Just kind of make sure that line is at least partially tight. You don't need it fully tight in this back current, so it's gonna drift a little bit, but that's kind of our technique right now, is letting this drift ever so slightly up and down this sandbar. Let's see, Sammy says, what's the coolest thing you ever caught? The coolest thing I ever caught down here was a rainbow trout, which is actually the closest place they stock rainbow trout is about 150 miles up that way. You have to go up this river, up the Missouri River, up the Merrimack River. So that fish made it from all the way up to from Merrimack Springs State Park all the way down here. And have I caught anything today? Let's see. We've caught 2 buffalo carp and 9 freshwater drums so far today. Let's see. Here with pointing down. Let's see. Chris says, I'm back. What did I miss? Let's see. Pierce says 0. Let's see. Chris says, that's not Pierre. Let's see. Chris says, much. Let's see. Samuel says, that's crazy. Yeah, you'd be amazed at how things happen. I mean, that fish, this river does flood incredibly at certain times, so it's very possible that fish washed in high water from all the way up there past Merrimack Springs State Park down here. That's probably the coolest catch I've ever gotten. Now, the biggest one I've ever gotten down here is a 132-pound lake sturgeon. Here says, yes, it is. You did not miss anything. Let's see, 9 people in and 89 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a really, really untouched river, folks. With so much area to fish, you'd think there'd be people all up and down on this river, but there really isn't. Helicopter. I hear it. Where is it? There it is. Helicopter, helicopter. Hey, that was a big fish. That one took me from that point probably all the way down. Not this bridge. You're right behind a bridge. You have to go all the way down to the next bridge before I finally got that fish. Go on MBP, catch a big one. Maybe a couple 7-8 pounders. That's still a nice day. Let's see Pierre with that laughing his butt off. Let's see Chris laughing his butt off. You guys are just crazy sometimes. Look at this water going back up again. This water fluctuates because we've got a dam up here that helps to open and close to keep the barge traffic going. You go to the right here, it's a barge canal, and you go up there whenever they open and close that that barge area to equalize it so that they can get the barges up and down. Yeah, our water level will rise and drop here about that much, so I gotta kind of make sure that my feet don't go underwater here. Let's see, what's MBP? That's the name of the channel you're on right now. MBP is my my initials. I'm not so my first name's Michael. My second name is Bernard. I'll leave the last one out. It does start with a P. Let's see, Sammy says, "Hey, TSA MBP." I thought that was kind of Sammy says Peterson. I got you, my friend. Yeah, I've been sat there for about an hour. We're pushing. Yeah, we're pushing 2 hours. So I've been sat there watching the rods for about 2 hours. It's about time for me to set my butt down. I got my chair behind you guys, so you ain't gotta mess with your nature. Beautiful view of the river down here with some dumb chair in the way. That rod, that far rod's got to be lifted up a little bit. off angle here. I can still man the chat, folks. In fact, it's easier behind you guys than it is in front of me. But the only way to get a lot of these fish down here is to really man the rods. And I just made it worse. Well, let's see. Pierre says Petrigue. Let's see. Chris says keep going, Sammy. Let's see. Chris says yes, Pierre. You got it. And laughing her butt off. Let's see. Miss Giggy says missed anything fun? Nope, not really, Miss Giggy. Let's see. We're caught a couple nice buffalo carp. Buttload of drum so far. Let's see, Sammy says, I can't think of a lot of last names that start with P. It's Polish. Bukarski. Oh, sorry. Where did I? Yeah, my father was Polish descent, and my mom was like a lot of different mixes, but we'll leave it at that. No need to bring up all my genetic lineages in chat. Let's see. Chris says we missed Miss Giggy. Let's see. Sammy says, "Oh, cool. I'm from Germany. Poland's not too far. Actually, it isn't. I have a friend, Danny the Stinger Manny. He's from German descent. He's from the Netherlands. Hopefully, he'll come in and say hello." Let's see. Chris says, and there was a MVP. Let's see. Miss Giggy says, Chris. Here comes a barge to you guys. Is right. And man, that sucker's moving. That's just a small barge. That's a single passenger barge. Looks like it might have probably corn in it. Corn or grain or soybean. As we people from the Netherlands are always pretty cool. Yeah, Danny's a pretty cool guy. I do have I have him access to my email address so that he can when he's in chat. When you see MBP in yellow, that's him. Let's see, Chris says we're from the Netherlands. MBP, not German. Nope, I'm not German. I'm Polish. He says, I'm not from Germany, though, fam. See, Sammy says, I just left America and moved back. See, Sammy says, I was in Texas. I did quite a bit of fishing in Texas. When I was younger, I wanted to get I wanted to break that 10-pound float level in largemouth bass. So I had to go down to Texas to get that accomplished. And I got a 15.5-pounder. And about 5 years later, I broke 10 pounds in my my home state, which was kind of a shame because I spent a lot of time down there in Texas breaking that 10-pound level. And there goes the barge, folks. It's a lot more difficult than you did think to catch a 10-pound largemouth. Ooh. Watch them wave, buddies. Well, I'm glad the water was enough as high as it could go. Now I'm seeing those dang little skipjack over there again. We might go over there and mess with them for a while. Yikes. Yeah, this water ain't very warm out here, and the air temperature's not very warm either, so I don't want to get my feet too wet. I don't mind am getting a little bit wet, but too much, not a great thing. I know what's wrong with this rod. That's why it's wrong, right? Yeah, these waves will be by in just a minute, folks. Chris says, smash the season, Sammy. Sammy says, facts cause Donald Trump been tripping. I don't worry about politics, to be honest. I'm a fisherman. Let's see, Ed says, Christine, you're from the Netherlands as well. Chris says, yes, kayak. DCP says, yep, I see the sturgeons, LOL. DCP says, so you and Paul. Let's see Chris laughing his butt off. Let's see, Chris says, yes, Paul, Danny, Pier, Ice Cold, yep, Tommy, Stamina. Let's see, and me from the Netherlands. Yeah, because I fish for a lot of carp, I get pushed over to the UK and the Netherlands quite a bit. Yeah, my channel is about fishing in and around St. Louis and more. So I fish for anything that's fishing and swimming and it's gonna bite. I don't care. I don't care. I catch out like 5-6 pound gar. I don't care. Let's see, 14 people in and 92 thumbs up. We're getting close to that 100 barrier, folks. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, and plus me. Yep, Miss Giggy is also from the Netherlands. Just like a man to forget the woman. Let's see, Matam says, biggest fish. My biggest fish was that 132 pound lake sturgeon. Caught right here in this spot. Back in 1982, I believe. That's a long time ago. Wow. I was younger then. Yeah, that fish would have killed me. Let's see, stuff says ever, and it says nice. Our biggest fish so far today has been about an 8 pound buffalo carp. Let's see, Chris says, no, Miss Giggy, you have Dutch, but you left. And also laughing his butt off. Emoji. Ah, jet. That's a fighter jet. That's low. That went my ears. Seriously. Yeah, those suckers done. Get the sand off my glasses. The sand dried, so now I just gotta get it off my glasses. Yeah, that first buffalo carp slapped sand right in my eyeballs. Yeah, just like a man can forget the woman, Chris. I ought to take your wrench away for that one. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just joking. Ought to. wonder if they're back over here yet. We're hitting over here. I could pop a little rooster tail on, see if I can catch a few white bass. Yeah, you guys see, we're right behind our usual spot here. You check over here, right? That point is like seriously where there's a lot of white bass and skipjacks would like to set up right on that point. So, just an idea. They were hitting pretty good earlier too. Pretty good. Let's see, 90, Chris says 93 likes, 7 more, break 100. Let's see, my favorite's got to be a smallmouth bass. I mean, pound for pound, hard pressed to beat that fight. And they are a cold water species, so a lot of times when all other species of fish are shut down in certain waters, they're still going to be hitting. Plus, they're pretty rare in St. Louis. Let's see, Miss Gigi says, need to talk to my daughter so I can move back to my apartment. She needs to look for her own place. Let's see, Pierce says, I see you. Let's see, Jason says hi. Let's see, Patrick says fruit. Huh? I don't see any fruit or vegetables here. Patrick, well, thanks for coming in, my friend. See, Chris says, we will get you a warm welcome back, Miss Gigi. Let's see. Savings says, my least favorite fish. I guess a yellow belly or a bullhead catfish. It's just because they tend to fin you quite a bit. Now they actually taste pretty good. Just probably my least favorite. Let's see. Chris says, "Don't forget to like Patrick." Let's see. Jason says, "Let him." Yep. Let's hit that like button. Verica, what's going on? Verica says hello, everyone, and my prayers. Patrick says hi, Christy. Let's see, Eric says hi. Well, it's just because yellow belly catfish they tend to be about 3 to 4 inches long for the most part. They don't get very big. The biggest ones get to be about a ½ pound. And those really small ones tend to open up your fingers. So if it wasn't for the fact that they fin real bad, I would like them okay. Let's see, Jason with a shout out. See, Patrick says, hit that like button and arrived. Awesome, my friend. Thank you. Let's see, Chris says, sub to you, Patrick. Let's see, Matt says, I catch yellow bellies all the time. They are very good eating. They said if I didn't get finned by them so dang on much. Let's see, Patrick says, thank you. Let's see, Eric says, Eric B. Let's see, Jason says, Maddie. Let's see, Chris says, Eric. Let's see, Maddie says, Patrick buddy. Let's see, Matt says, yeah, that's the smallest catfish. I love channel catfishing. There's a bite on the close run. Got him. Got him, folks. Got him. That's a nice one. That's a solid fighter there. What do we got? Man, these guys fight. And we got another buffalo carp. That's only 4 or 5 pound buffalo carp. That's a gorgeous one there. Now these are the ones that are tough to hook. Yeah, they are tough to hook on this side. I think that one was fighting a little hard for a drum. Nice little 3.5, 4 pounder. Right in the eyeball again. Ah, man, that water stings. Come on, buddy, give it up. Give it up. I got you. These little stinkers have got such small mouths. All right, hook's out, folks. It is out. Whoa. Tough to keep hold of. Yeah, like a little 3.5, 4 pounder. Hey, we're keeping it going, folks. We're definitely keeping her going. Another gorgeous fish, folks. And I know you guys are like, I didn't see that bite. Well, I just saw the rod wobble once. Some interesting patterns on that fish too, with those like sideways going scales there. Ooh, there goes the water over my leg again here. All right. Get her in here close for you guys. And she's not happy. Teenage buffalo carp. Man, these guys are tough. Another gorgeous fish, folks. That top dorsal fin sticking up. This is some gorgeous colorations. All right, buddy. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Get it. All right, let me get this rod back out and I'll come back and check that chat, my friends. You wonder why I like fishing down here. I mean, there are people down here at O'Fallon Park and Fairgrounds Park that go like, I ain't caught a fish in 2 weeks. Since the water got down into the 50s, I ain't caught a fish. You notice when I got those little drums, finally caught those little drums, now we're starting to catch a few bigger fish. What we're using for bait are just little shoestring white worms. We got a few little red worms mixed in there too, but these are just some very small garden worms. That's all I can get this time of the year. I can get these pretty much until the ground freezes solid. Now I do throw some corn in here on occasion too to kind of get them to stay in this near vicinity, but that corn scatter all the way down there by that rock point all the way up to the next rock point, so it just kind of keeps them around here. It doesn't really Keep them all the way. It's not like they can't travel. I mean, I go right across the river in 10 seconds. Well, 10 minutes. It'd be about 10 minutes to swim for them to go across the river. Good. We're going to refresh this pulse rod too again. So I'm getting that worm off out there just very, very slowly. While I'm here, I might as well refresh this one rod too. All these rods nice and tightened up for us. Feels okay. Lift that up off the bottom a little bit. Make sure that's not stuck on the bottom. Because these buffalo carp and common carp and grass carp, they're all very sensitive to weight. And that weight stuck in the muck is just enough weight for them to go, nope, I ain't eating that. That ain't right. There's something wrong with that. That ain't right. Be a little tighter on this one, not much. Just a hair. Good. Those rods are off centered again, aren't they? This is the hardest thing about live foods I've noticed. These rods just right. All right. Yep. Looking good again. Please don't spam chat. Let's see. Mac wanted to. Mo wanted me to say hello to you. Hi, Mo. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Brood. Yes, sir. 100, folks. We broke the 100 barrier. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Patrick says Miss Giggy. See, Nice says beautiful fish. Let's see. Miss Giggy with the fishy emojis. Let's see, Miss Gee was the first to notice, but I appreciate you coming in, Rude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Chris with 100. Let's see, Chris says, Rude. Let's see, Rude says Chris. Rude says MVP. And the AI just does not like people spamming the chat. Now, you might get more views this live feed, but your next feed is going to drop dramatically the more you spam that chat. Let's see. Rude says MVP. Let's see, we've been in just a little over 2 hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's not bad for... All right, let me make sure to do this real close. Replace pin. There you go. I forgot you can do that on the main camera too. I forgot. Yeah, Danny's been very, very busy recently, folks. So I'm more than glad he came in and dropped the like, and he's been very busy with Annalise and the kiddo and household stuff, Christmas stuff. You know, winter's coming up there too, my friends. or is already there, actually. Not really. Yeah, this tripod's, I might be needing a new one soon. I just wanted to lift that up just a tiny, tiny bit. There we go. There we go. Get a little bit better view of those rods like that. I think I'll try to push her to the 2.5 hour mark today. I'm getting more and more accustomed to this colder weather and the colder water. My hands aren't hurting quite as bad, but look, they're white again. Took me about 1.5 hours out here though this time. Last time it was like 15 minutes in, so hopefully by the time winter really pulls around, I'll be fully accustomed to it. Let's get Jack over there again. I don't see little stinkers now. You can see them when they're over there. They're smacking the surface usually. Let's see. Chris says, keep talking. Take care of yourself, MVP. I appreciate you coming in, Chris, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome rest of your day, my friend. Let's see, Rue with getting stronger emojis. Let's see, Chris says, have a good one, everyone. See you on the next one. Let's see, Pierre says rude. Besides, I think it's going to get close to raining right now, too. I mean, not sprinkling rain. I think it's getting close to dumping down on my head. And here comes another train, folks. Might want to put your earbuds out and your volumes down. Rude says Pier, and see Miss Kiki says Rude and Pier. Yep, might want to turn your earbuds off, folks. Here comes another train. Hello. Hello. Yep. Train. Choo choo. Didn't show any today, so I thought I'd make sure to show one. Get my mug out of the way. But I'm watching the train. That way I don't have to turn my head. Heck, but I'll turn my head. It says Miss Gigi, and see rude message retracted. Yeah, you can definitely see your breath out here, folks. And it get cold out here fast. Just think it was windy today, it'd be really bad. But hey, we're out here fishing. That's all that matters, right? That's all that matters, folks. What, I can keep my hands warm for a little while longer. I know how to do it. I'm gonna go get my light reel over there. Cast a little bit around this point, see if there's some white bass and stuff around. Throw a worm back in there. We're gonna leave this one rod out here. Just takes a minute to retie this. Nice rooster tail on. Looks like I've got one in this box. Must be in my other box. That's okay, that means we'll grab it on the way over here. Turn that off right here, folks. Just a minute. 18 people in. Let's see, 104 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, Miss Gigi says, bedtime. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, and everyone. Let's see, Dorothy, what's going on? Dorothy says, have a great night, Miss Gigi. Appreciate you coming in, Dorothy. Let's see, Doug, what's going on? Doug says, hey, all. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think we're about done with carp and stuff fishing. We're going to go over here, see if we can get like white bass and skipjack hit over here. Gonna tie on a quick rooster tail here. Do some cast over here on this point. I can find my dang on rooster tail. There it is. I knew I had one in here. See if we can get a couple of these gorgeous skipjack on. Maybe a big old white bass. They get to be about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds down here. These white bass are big. And not to mention like a 8 or 10 pound striper. If I hooked that big a striper on this rooster tail, I'd be in trouble, folks. And that was a terrible tie on. Missed the eye. Tied up. Again. Yeah, that's how you can tell your hands are getting cold, folks, man. Having trouble tying a hook on. There we go. Got the eye, at least. Got the eye, I'm gonna let go. I left my clippers over here. Let me go read. Through this line. Alright, let's take a few casts over here. See if we can find a couple. Yeah, like that. So I've got tied on. Let me show you what I've got tied on here. This was a fire tiger rooster tail, but after a couple of days of fishing down here, they tend to wear the paint off this type of thing. So Yeah, the paint's going off of that. I'm afraid. I see over there now. Yeah, right. It's starting to flow. That's nice. We'd like to get one of these tip jack on feed at the end of the day. We're going over the waterfall, folks. See 12 people in. Let's see, and 106 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Scott, what's going on? Scott says MVP. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't fall in, Michael. All right, we're over. Harder than it looks. Not much. Still harder. What do you think? The side spot or the what? We could start right at the tip here and work our way right. So we're gonna fall in or step on a snaky. Surprised how long these river snakes stay out on the river even when it gets cold. Yeah, they'll stay out here for a while, folks. Let's see, Roger's back in. Roger says 9. There's still a few of them down here, so I might be able to get them on. You know, maybe a freaking like that. on, good strike. Tired. Got one. It's on, folks. It's on. Come on, tight drag up, tight drag up. Drag up, folks. What do we got? Hooked off. Dang it. That was my fault. I didn't have the drag tightened on enough. Yeah, that looked like a skipjack. Thanks. Crap. I have one on. Unfortunately, the drag was set a little too loose there. Yeah, right up to the surface. Popped off. Heartbreak, folks. It would have been nice if I'd been able to at least get her up to the bank. Got him. Oh, got him. Got him that time. Got him that time, folks. Ah, that's a nice skipjack. That's a gorgeous little guy there. Popped it out there. And you'd be very, very difficult to keep these guys hooked, man. Got him. Got it out of the eyeball. There we go. And that's just gorgeous little skipjack, folks. We're gonna take a few more casts, man. Maybe there's some white bass or something in here, but that's another gorgeous fish to get on the feed, folks. That was on a rooster tail. Another nice, beautiful, silvery, like little maybe tarpon. See, when I set the hook on him, he did a backflip in midair, then he did a forward flip, and then he was on the bank. Yeah, you guys gotta love these fish. You really do. He's like, ah, 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 ah. All right, buddy. He's in the water. Bye-bye. Thank you. Just go away. You're in the water. Go home. There you go, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Chat, see what's going on with everything. I'm gonna have to refresh. There we go. Roger says 9. Pierce says getting better. Let's see, Dugandi's in the house. What's going on, Dugandi? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Root says Scottish. Let's see, Dorothy says hello, Rude. Let's see, Corey, what's going on? Corey says hi, all. Corey says hi, MBP Fishing. Mate. Hey, we're doing pretty good so far today, Corey. Let's see, 9 drum, 2 buffalo carp, and a skipjack herring. On feed, too. They're still over here. I can still see them, but they're very close to the surface. Very slowly working this stuff. One right in front of me. Really, really good at that. Oh, hooks. Pull a rod out of my hand. Ah. Come on, buddy, hit it. Smack that. Get that hook in there. Hooks. There's 3 hooks on the pool. Smart. Try to feel that. I got stuff in the rock and I had to go down there and get it off. Get that spinner, as I can. Pop it again. Come on, buddy. They're just getting good at that, smacking at that sucker. These are going in the water. I wasn't standing in the water a second ago. I swear. I swear I wasn't standing in the water a second ago. Got him. Hook on. Hook on, folks. Another nice one. Barely got that one hooked too again. Barely on the tip of the lip. Wonder why I like fishing for these guys too. These guys are fun, man. Hard to find anything on that's going to hit artificials as hard as these guys will. Another nice skipjack herring, folks. It's another gorgeous fish. Beautiful. Remember I mentioned they got teeth on their lips, on their tongues. Yeah, these guys are from Jurassic times, man. They've been around for eons, like Long, long period of time. Baby tarpon. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see, Dorothy says hello, Corey. Let's see, Hagen, what's going on? Hagen says he's back in. Appreciate you coming back in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 21 people still in and 111 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. And you see those little swirls out in front of us? That's the most stinker. But they like to nip at this. Even a rooster tail, they like to nip at. Hard to hook to this thing. It really is. You just gotta let that sink, hopper, really slowly work that sucker up that current. Pop, pop, pop. That same fish probably hit it 3 times. You gotta love down here on the river, right, folks? Where else can you go down here, have so much fun, relax, enjoyable? The majority of the year it isn't, too unpleasant in temperatures. If it wasn't sprinkling rain all day, I'd just start a fire down here. But with it being as wet as it is, not really much of a point. And I could put lighter fluid on the wood, but it wouldn't keep it going for very long. Everything's wet. So as soon as I put some more wet wood on there, it just stops the fire. Ah, wow, that was hard. No point in setting a hook. I think you never really had it. I'm just waiting for me to do that one time. I'm looking to do a 20-30 right here, you guys. You grab the camera and start running after them. I could probably land one on my bait caster relatively easily with this little 6-pound test on this Beauty Max, Beauty Max. Yeah, it would be tough to land on this side. I can do it, I just gotta take my time. Go after them. They are still hitting over here to the right and to the left. Huh. Hit it. What's the rod doing over there? Where is it? Huh. my life. I was watching it rod. Glad I was watching that rod, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Had to run for the other rod. Yeah, you guys didn't get to see me land this fish, but saved my rod. A nice channel cat. Had to run for the other rod there, folks. Yeah, that's that same guy that likes to run back and forth over this spot for 25-30 minutes, so I don't know why he does that. It's a nice, like, 2-pound channel catfish. That'll tire your butt out. I saw my rod, like, why is my rod looking like that over here? Nice fish, folks. Solid 2-pounder. I forgot I could have turned the camera around. I didn't even remember about that. I could have just turned the camera around. You saw me looking like, huh? Oh, guys. You know what? I think that's a heck of a way to end the feed, folks. What do you think? Let's see, we've been in 21 people in and 116 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've been in about, well, 2 hours and 58 minutes and 25 seconds. So we've got just a little bit of time before we get by the 3-hour. So we're going to give her another 2 minutes. And I think we're going to kill the feed, folks. That is a nice channel catfish. I had to run for the rod there. It was going in. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I think I'll leave this rod out for now. Just a good idea to do that out for now. I threw my other rod down over here. Yeah, guys, I didn't even think about the water in my way. When I saw that rod going, I went straight through it. In other words, my feet are wet. I don't know why that guy does that. He'll go over here, charge towards the shoreline, then charge back to the other side of the shoreline, sit there on the edge of the shoreline for about 8 or 10 minutes, then come back over here and charge back over to this side again, and charge back over to that side again. I don't understand. Yeah, we just got another minute or two, folks, before we break that 3-hour mark. I don't know why that guy does that, by the way. Understandably, if he's grafting the spot to see if there are any fish there, once is enough. Now he's going to be charging right back. I don't think he's doing anything illegal. It's just rude. I mean, if I saw someone fishing in a spot, I wouldn't run my boat within 8 or 10 feet of it multiple times. But I don't get it. Boy, that scooped all the skipjack and everything down. Uh, all right, one more cast, folks, and I think we'll call it a day. Besides, I don't like having this guy run over my lines too many times. He comes back again, full throttle into the shoreline. All right, folks, I think we're going to call it a day. I'll show you guys what I'm thinking about here. All right. See, did I miss anyone in chat before I close her up for the day? Let's see, Strike Fishing, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Strike Fishing with 100% of fishy. Yeah, I don't know why this guy does this. Let's see, Tech says, perfect way to come home from work. Let's see, Trey says, perfect way to come home from work. Let's see, 23 people in and 119 thumbs up. Let's see, Dorothy says, have a great day. All right, guys, I think we're going to call her 3 hours and 3 minutes in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And there he goes, taking off down the river. But I don't know why that guy keeps doing that. I really don't. I mean, if you're grafting a location, this is like the third time he's hit this particular location within the past couple of weeks. So if you're grafting it, why can you graft it over and over again? I don't get it. And if you're checking for fish, just once over it with your regular sonar, you're going to find it. But hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday. If I don't see you again, have a great Thanksgiving. I'm just going to add my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Appreciated.